It's time to act with urgency and great determination, says U.S. President Donald Trump gestures during a joint press conference with South Korea's President Moon Jae-in at the presidential Blue House in Seoul. FBGT images. Donald Trump has said the U.S. will defend its allies against North Korea using the full range of our unmatched military capabilities, if need be. The U.S. president raised the specter of nuclear war during a visit to Seoul, South Korea. At a press conference alongside President Moon Jae-in, Mr. Trump said Pyongyang's nuclear and missile programs were threatening millions of people. It's time to act with urgency and great determination, he said. While the U.S. was trying to talk Kim Jong-Un down from his nuclear ambitions using all available tools short of military action, Mr. Trump said that the U.S. stands prepared to defend itself and its allies using the full range of our unmatched military capabilities, if need be. He made similar comments earlier in his tour of the Asia-Pacific region, when he told troops at Yokoda Air Base near Tokyo, together with our allies, America's warriors are prepared to defend our nation using the full range of our unmatched capabilities. But Mr. Trump added it makes sense for North Korea to come to the table and make a deal that is good for the people of North Korea and for the world. He said he had seen a lot of progress in dealing with Pyongyang and that he believed ultimately, it'll all work out, adding a notably more upbeat line to his usual strong rhetoric. Mr. Moon said he and Mr. Trump had finalized an earlier agreement to allow South Korea to possess more powerful missiles in the face of growing North Korean threats. He said the two had agreed to lift the warhead payload limits on South Korean ballistic missiles and that the allies are also cooperating on strengthening South Korea's defense capabilities through the acquisition or development of advanced weapons systems. The U.S. had 3 aircraft carrier strike groups in the Western Pacific as Mr. Trump left for his trip, a significant show of strength in a time of heightened tension. At the press conference, Mr. Trump also called on every country to sever trade ties with North Korea entirely, naming Russia and China in particular. Repeated rounds of sanctions following Pyongyang's weapons tests have clamped down on its imports and exports. South Korea is the second stop on Mr. Trump's Asia tour, which he is using to both shore up relationships with key allies and to push for new, reciprocal trade deals. In Seoul, he said a 5-year-old trade agreement would be reassessed and that he hoped to quickly pursue a much better deal. The current one has been quite unsuccessful and not very good for the United States, he added. Donald Trump slams unfair Japan trade and tells Japan to build cars in U.S. Fair trade was a key plank of Mr. Trump's America First campaign. He has long complained of deals he said have disadvantaged the U.S., and one of his first actions in office was to pull out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, a multilateral agreement. Hundreds of protesters demonstrated near the U.S. Embassy as Mr. Trump made his visit. One band held signs reading "No Trump and No War," and criticized the president's attempt to rewrite the trade deal. Another group across the road chanted USA as Mr. Trump's motorcade passed by and held signs that said "Blood Allies Korea US." More about Donald Trump, Moon Jae-in, North Korea, South Korea, Kim Jong-Un. Reuse content. We use cookies to enhance your visit to our site and to bring you advertisements that might interest you. Read our privacy and cookie policies to find out more.